Alright ladies and gentlemen, we're at the GetintheMix HQ. We've got this lovely little Pioneer controller here. It's the XDJ-AERO. There it is. Right, 2 channels. Difference with this guy is you can use USB, you can use your PC, but also you can use wireless connectivity. So for example, if you've got an iPad, if you've got a tablet, if you've got your mobile phone, you can use the tracks off those devices and play them on here. You want to make sure they're Rekordbox friendly as well. Now Rekordbox is a software you can download off the web for free. The Rekordbox software will go through your tracks, it will get your BPM, your key, and you can wirelessly connect them here. So if we have a look over here, you should see Wi-Fi certified, also 1, 2, 3, 4. What that tells me is that I can at any time have 4 separate entities connected to this unit. So if I want to, I could play, for example, a track on this side from the connection on 1. Alternatively, at the same time really, I could play a track on this side from say 4. Again, it's all about how many devices you've got connected and also the music. You can play anything on here. Now at the moment, I've got USB. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, if we have a close look here, I'm just going to press down there. Now I'm going to take that out. Okay, so let's go step by step. Right, so you have got your files, you've put them through Rekordbox, and we put them into there. Bit of a flash. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to press the USB. We've got Pioneer Record and Folder. I'm going to scroll down to Folder, press down, and now I can scroll through my tracks. If I want to play a particular track that's highlighted, for example, we'll have a look at that one there. I can press down and away we go. It's as simple as that. The beauty about this particular controller is that you don't have to have software. A lot of today's controllers, you have to have a laptop, your Mac, you have to have relevant software enabling you to use your music. With this guy, you don't have to. It's virtually plug and play. All right, if we have a look at the main area in the center, what we have got your 2-channel mixer. You have a crossfade and we have crossfade curve. What we can do here, if we set it to through, that will disengage the crossfade. So for example now, use the crossfade and we can still hear the track that's playing on channel 1. If I move the through, from the through to, it's almost like a cross. Now we've got the crossfade engaged. That center point is very good for DJs who want to do good beat mixing. If we move it straight over there to the right hand side, that's a good setup for say a DJ who wants to do some scratching, because if I move the crossfade over to the right hand side and just bring it very slightly to the left, the track comes in fully. In the center, we get a smooth, almost like a slow increase of the volume from one to the other, which is great for a DJ who wants to do a bit of mixing. All right, volume, up faders. Directly above there, we have this guy here. Nice little effect, it's called the filter. And if I move that, you'll get a good idea of what it sounds like. Okay, above that we have low. Move it anti-clockwise, you reduce the low. Move it clockwise and you'll increase the low. The low is also known as bass. Above that we have mid, exactly the same. Anti-clockwise, reduce. Clockwise, increase. And above there, high, also known as the treble. Now above there we have this guy called the trim. Now this is not the same as the master level volume. The trim is there to make the sound on that channel and that channel alone increase or decrease. So if I move the trim all the way to the 7 o'clock position, put the volume up, we won't get anything at all. If I start to increase, 2 things happen. One is the volume starts to get louder, but also we can see these LEDs shining. This is telling me that we've got audio coming into that channel, and also as I increase the trim, the LEDs will start going from green, amber, and eventually to red. Try and keep them out of red. All right, exactly the same for the other channel. Over here we have, excuse me, we have headphones. We have headphone mixing and we have headphone level. Below there we've got a couple of buttons. And when they're highlighted, that'll tell me that I can use the headphones. Channel 1 is for this side, channel 2 is for that side. So we need to make sure those are shining so we can get sound through our headphones. Level here, that's the volume for your headphones. And mixing, what happens here is if this is set to Q, it will mean that if that channel there is highlighted, you'll only hear that side, this side here through your headphones. As you slowly start to move this through to the mixing position and then to the master, you'll hear everything that's coming through the main PA. All right, let's have a look at this channel here. This almost like a virtual deck. Let's have a look at this a second. This here is the CDJ-2000, is it the Nexus? No, CDJ-2000. We've got this dial here. This is almost the dial that we can scroll through the tracks and back. So if you have a look back down to the Aero, exactly the same here. If you notice now on the readout, we can scroll through the tracks. As soon as we like a track, what we can do is we can press down, but you'll notice that track stopped. You've always got to be careful there. If you have got a track playing and you want that track to play through its entirety, don't start messing around with that side. Always go to the other side and get the next track ready here. I can, if I want to, I can hit back and then start to scroll again. So if I want to play that track, press down. Now you'll notice now we have the play pause flashing. That's telling me that track's ready. Press play and away we go. If I don't want that track to play, what I can do, I can press back, I can scroll again, find a track I want to play, press down, and exactly the same thing will happen. Press play and away we go. All right, on this guy as well, we've got a little button there called jog drum. Have a listen. Let's turn it up a little bit. Now, a nice little feature they've done is sample launch. Mustn't be mistaken with lunch if you're dyslexic like me. Now at the moment we're sort of mid-December and I have been told by Pioneer there's a nice feature going to be happening with that button there. So possibly by the time you're watching this video you'll know anyway, but I'm not allowed to say at the moment. So back onto jog drum. Turn that off. Let's go back, find another track, load it up, and away we go. No, I don't like that one. Let's have something a bit more uplifting. All right. Now again, whatever I show you on this side will be exactly the same as that side. Okay, we've got some nice cool effects here. We've got this one here, trans. Now what we can hear is that the sound is almost cutting in and out. And if we have a close look at the screen, you can see 4/1. Now this dial here, beat. If you notice we've got half, that's telling me the trans is now working over half a beat, a third of a beat, quarter, 3/16, and so on. So we can get some really nice cool effects. Now the level depth there, that's almost, this is the dial that will let me use that effect a little bit or a lot. So for example, move it to this 7 o'clock position and the effect's completely gone. What we can do is we move this slowly towards the 12 o'clock and then down towards the 5 o'clock position. That effect is full on. Now exactly the same thing will happen if we use the flanger, but it's a different effect. We can hear that flanging sound now. Move the level depth and we get more of the effect. Now an echo. Okay, roll is a good one.
Now you'll notice as well with the roll, very important, what happens is when you engage the roll feature, it'll start to roll, but the underlying track will carry on playing. It's a little bit like the slip mode on the Nexus 2000 and also the CDJ-900. So what happens is as you engage the roll will start to play when you start the roll, but the music will carry on underneath. So as soon as you disengage the roll, the track will go to the point at where the track should be playing automatically anyway. So there we go. Right, this guy here is the pitch. So what we can do, if we move it towards the plus, that will make the track go faster. You can hear that now. Center point by the 0, that will be the point at which the track, the speed of the track was originally made. And if we move that towards now the minus, it will slow down. Now also, above there we have this button here, Master Tempo. You can see, if I press that, it shines up red. If I press it again, then the LED's gone. By making it shine red, we've now got Master Tempo engaged. And what that will do, I can now increase or decrease the speed, but the key of the track will always stay the same. So if we have a listen, we can hear it speeding up, but the key's staying the same. If we have a look now, and if I press that Master Tempo, have a listen, all of a sudden, the key has gone a lot higher. Press it again, it's gone lower. Now move that pitch so it's slowed down. So all of a sudden now the speed's got a lot slower. Master Tempo, and the key has been reduced as well. Now above the Master Tempo we have this Tempo button, and we can see a +6, +10, 16 and wide. What that will do, that will increase the speed, the BPM of your track by either 6, 10, 16 or 100%. Also what you can do if you want to, if you're using a USB, at any time if you press Master Record, what that will do, that will actually record your set on your USB key. But the only one thing you've got to make sure is that you've got enough room on your USB key. There's no point having a 16 gig USB and all of a sudden you realise you've loaded up about 15.5 gig of it. So always make sure you've got enough room on there. Over here we've got icons with record box, MIDI and USB. So whichever one of those is highlighted, that will tell you what format you're using. Alright, now then, that's a little bit of an insight. If you want any more information on this, then go and check out GetintheMix.co.uk. Loads of stuff, we'll put it all in the description, and I will say practice and enjoy.